Yesterday, we looked at our latest News 5 strategy research poll as people in Lower Alabama looked at the state of our nation. Most have very poor opinions about how things are going. Tonight, we look at how people feel about the direction of their own local communities. And that's a completely different story. Here's News 5's Peter Albrecht.
With civil unrest and a divisive presidential campaign, 73% of people in Lower Alabama told News 5 they think America is on the wrong track. But their view about their home communities, well, that's a completely different story.
It's not so much the local as it's the national.
That's a common assessment, especially in Baldwin County, where 68% tell us their local community is on the right track, while 81% say the nation is on the wrong track.
This is absolutely driven by presidential politics.
Pollster John Gray attributes Baldwin County's negative national outlook on its extremely conservative political views combined with 8 years of a Democratic White House. And he says some of the positivity for the local direction might be a reflection of how our poll was conducted. We asked people first about the nation and then about their home community.
I think it's a comparative response because I ask you what you think about the country and where we're going, and you think, ooh, the country, we're heading to a really bad place. And then I ask you, what do you think about your local community? And the first thing that comes to mind is I sure would like the nation to look more like my local community looks.
As the numbers are, they show people feel much better about their local community than the country on both sides of the bay. But the gap is much bigger in Baldwin County, where only 19% say the nation is on the right track, but more than 2/3 say their local community is. People in Mobile County and the city of Mobile are less harsh in their assessment of the country, but also less praising of their local communities.
We see a lot of people talking about the battle between Mobile County and Baldwin County for where people want to move or quality of life. And yet, in these numbers, we also see a difference. People in Baldwin County think things are more on the right track locally than people in Mobile County think things are on the right track.
Still, well more than half of the people in Mobile County think things locally are on the right track, and 2/3 in Baldwin County. Clearly, we like how things are going here. Now, if we could just fix things in the rest of the country.
Our poll also indicated that most people in Lower Alabama, despite their current negative view of how things are going in the nation, believe that America's best times are still ahead and not behind us. And Mel, that was by an overwhelming amount, 2-to-1 margin there. So still a lot of optimism about the country's future.
Well, what kinds of polls will we be doing next?
Well, of course, we got the political convention starting now, so we'll be asking some various questions about Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton in the next couple of weeks. And we thank people in advance for answering if they get one of those random phone calls. We certainly do appreciate it.